We're going to go over the Bulletin Board module in Therms. The Bulletin Board module is a simple feature that allows organizations to communicate over broadcasts and messages. The first thing I'll cover is actually activating the Bulletin module in case it's not active in your account. So in this screen here, I'm going to go to the admin page. I'll go to modules, and then I'll make sure that the Bulletin module is actually checked. If I uncheck it, you'll notice it goes away in the menu here. So I'll reactivate this module. Now I can go to the Bulletin Board page. I already have a few test bulletins in here in my account. They're going to be, most recent ones will be at the top, and you'll see this line here that shows older. Anything that is below the older line are going to be bulletins that have not been updated or commented on in the last 7 days. So they automatically go down here as older bulletins. Any of these bulletins I can click on to see more details about it. Users can also comment on bulletins and post them. Depending on the permissions of the user, they can also edit or delete the bulletin. So if I wanted to edit this bulletin, I can do that. So back to the bulletin dashboard, covering writing a new bulletin. Obviously the title speaks for itself. The bulletin message is going to be the content that you want to post. The sticky option here is to create a bulletin and keep it at the top of the list for a certain period of time. So if I want to post something, an announcement about, say, a company meeting that's coming up in a month from now, and I want it to stay at the top of the list until that date, I would go here and I would pick the sticky date that I want this bulletin to stay at the top. If I didn't select this and I simply just posted the bulletin, if somebody came along and posted another bulletin, it would show up ahead of this one. So designating a bulletin as a sticky just means that you want it to stay at the top of the list. If your company has multiple regions and you want to post a bulletin to more than one region, you can do that here. You can also select files and upload them with the bulletin that you're posting, and those will be available to users to click on. So one more thing I'll cover with bulletins is there's a few permissions that are related to bulletins, commenting on them, editing them, and deleting them, and actually even posting no bulletins. So I'm going to go into the roster here, and I will just click on New User, and I'll go down to the permissions here. So we can see that we have a few permissions related to bulletins. Post comments on bulletin. If I want a user to be able to post comments, I give them that permission. If I want a user to be able to actually create bulletins, I can give them that permission. Also, post sticky bulletins. And if I want to let a user edit other users' bulletins, this will include things like editing their bulletin or actually deleting it as well. So these are a little bit more fine-grained permissions that you can control over users and how they interact with bulletins in your organization's account. So that's it. Bulletins are pretty straightforward and they're simple. They're meant to be a great communication tool to get message out to everybody in the company.